One of the great things about the tension that's on this is the actual way you can lift this up. So what I've done is I've lifted it up on the tripod. Now it's going to use its own weight to come down, and this is great. No, I haven't been able to do this with any of the other sliders that I've got, so I'll demonstrate it. So I'm just going to come onto here. I'm just using autofocus, and I'm going to press record, and then if I let go, you'll see now that it's just using its own weight to bring that down, and due to that tension on this slider, it goes really smooth. And that's fantastic. So normally you can't do that sort of thing because these are quite loose. Like the other sliders I have are loose and it would just fall, it would just flop down on one side. In fact, sometimes when I've been using it, if I haven't locked it in the middle, I have almost lost it due to the fact that it does move so quickly down that. So that's a great feature. G'day everyone. Just recently I've had this company contact me to ask if I was interested in looking at a slider, and after researching it I really did think it would be interesting to look at due to the fact that this has a bit of tension in that I'll show you when we do it. I have got other sliders, I've got quite a few actually, but this one's different. I've always had an issue with using sliders, the manual ones. I do have an electric one, or a motorized one, but all the other handheld sliders I have, when you push them, it's very, very hard to get a very smooth motion. This one has tension in it. Now, it's called the Micro 2. And it's from a company called, well, I'm not sure whether it's ZEAPOn or ZEAPOn, I'm not sure, but it's either one of those. And it is, like I said, it's called the Micro 2. So there's two ways you can use this. You can use this on its own and stick that directly on the tripod if you like, or you can use this system. I think this is the way to go because if you haven't got a tripod or you want to get very, very low down, this has little feet that I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so this is the Micro 2. Fantastic little unit. There's really only a couple of parts to this. Your camera or tripod mount can stand on here. You've also got two little buttons that you can click here that will let it go. If those two buttons or even one of them lock in, you won't be able to move that. So that's good if you're carrying it around, and it'll stop the thing from moving to either side. So that's great. The only other thing is just a mount on the bottom there that you can screw that straight into your tripod if you want to go that way. I really think this is better with the Easylock 2 that I'll show you now. So this is the Easylock 2. Very, very small, so it's very minimalistic if you want to do it. There is a sort of cutout there that fits into the cutout that you see on this side here, so they'll only fit in together one way. And the great part about this now is that it has legs that you can fold out and fold down, like that. So what we'll do is we'll put it together and then I'll show you how the whole system works. This is how you tighten the locking plate in on the bottom, and then there is also a screwdriver that I think tightens up a couple of these screws that are there as well. So let's put it together and then we'll try it on the tripod and I'll show you how it all works. So all you have to do is basically screw the bottom of this onto the slider itself, and that's it. And like I said, these can then fold down and fold in out the way. The only other thing that it comes with is this little base plate that I'll show you. So it has this little base plate. There is another one as well that it comes with, but this base plate then just goes in like this, and then you just tighten it up on the end using this. So that's what tightens that into place. So it's very, very simple to use. So that's locked in. I've just put an Arca Swiss plate on because I'm going to attach this onto my tripod, and I use Arca Swiss for everything. And that's as simple as this is. If you want to go around minimal, you can just fold these away. And so you're traveling just with this one unit like that. So it's very, very small and it's really good to use. So I'll show you now how we can put that on the ground before we actually stick it on the tripod, and I'll show you how that works. So the other thing that comes with this is just this little ball head that you can use. I'm probably going to use a different one, but I'll show you the example with this for now. It just simply has a handle that you turn, and then this can move around to wherever you like it. Now, to put it on the ground without using a tripod at all you do is you lift these out. And then you can stick these on the ground. Now, the only thing I suppose is that you haven't got much room here if something's not level, because these don't adjust. They adjust a little bit like that, so you can adjust a little bit. So you have got a little bit of play, but you haven't got stacks of play if something's not quite level, but at least you do have a little bit of play there. And then all you'll do is sit that down on the ground like this with the camera on. Okay, so what I've done now is I've got this ready to go. it's nice and level, and I've also got it on manual focus, so I'm going to reveal the background that's there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide off. Now I do have to hold this because if I don't do it, it will move. But you can see it's nice and smooth. It's got that resistance that holds it there. And I always tend to do it one way and then come back the other way. And it feels beautiful actually, like it really is smooth due to that resistance that's built directly into this unit. Okay, so the main way that I'd use this is it'll be put onto a tripod. I mean, you have got the feet that you can use, which is a bonus if you want to shoot very low, but most of the time it will be like this. And like I said, it is important to have a very large tripod. Now you need that large tripod due to be able to get that sort of push against that resistance. If you haven't got a large tripod, this tripod's going to move. And plus, if you did see the one I showed before where if you're dealing with it on an angle, you need also a very hefty tripod to be able to do that at the same time. You have got levels on these sort of things as well. I probably will change this little ball head and use something other than that, and I'm thinking about using this. Use this little one that I've got from Eldachrome, which I think will work much nicer on this. But if you don't want to, say, purchase something like that, you can work directly from what's available on there. I think the feet are great. Like I said, there is a little bit of adjustment, but you've got to be careful if you pressure too much down on them, and those feet can move. So I suppose that's the only flaw that I can think about on this second little unit down here, this Easylock. The feet could move a little bit, but I've been happy with it so far. But overall, I think this is just amazing. It really is, and I'm really happy with it, and I can't wait to use it in future weddings and videos that I'm going to produce. So let's look at this overall. It's so easy to carry. There's a lovely little carry bag that you get with this that it fits in with. It's great. I love the resistance overall. It's really nice. Like I said, I've never been able to do slides like this before because I've always sort of had it where it goes faster and slower. This tends to keep it at the one speed the whole way through. And it's really nice. So we'll go around and do some shoots around this location and also down at a waterfall so I can sort of show you how the slider works. So we'll have a look at that footage now. If you'd like to purchase this, I'll leave the link down below. If you have any questions, give those down below as well, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.